What is going on, travelers? In today's video we're going to be doing a main DPS and damage showcase on Gorou. Now Gorou, I have done a YouTube video of him in the past, and it was actually my second YouTube video ever uploading to this channel, and it did so well that it started my Genshin content creator hobby and also my Twitch streaming. So Gorou has a special place in my heart, and now I want to do an updated video on him. Now for talents, his normal attack, Ripping Fang Fletching. He performs 4 consecutive shots with the bow. We're really not going to be normal attacking with him. We're going to be focusing on a fully charged aim shot because we want to utilize his internal buffs with geo damage. His elemental skill, Inuzuka All-Round Defense. It deals AoE geo damage and sets up a General's War banner. It's going to set up a little field around you, and it also provides up to 3 buffs to the active characters within the skill's AoE based on the number of geo characters in the party. And you're going to be able to see how many buffs you are getting by a little paw on top indicating if you have 1, 2, or 3 buffs. It's actually quite cute. With 1 geo character, you get a defense bonus. 2, it adds an increase to resistance to interruptions, and 3, a geo damage bonus. And here are the buffs and the skill damage multiplier. The duration is 10 seconds and the cooldown is 10 seconds, giving you 100% uptime on this. Now for his elemental burst, Juga Forward Unto Victory. When you do activate his elemental burst, you're gonna get this little doggy right next to you. It is super cute. Now it's gonna have a lot of the same properties as his elemental skill, but this time the field is gonna move with your act character. It's also gonna generate 1 crystal collapse every 1.5 seconds that deals AoE geo damage to 1 opponent within the skill's AoE. It also pulls 1 elemental shard in the skill's AoE to your active character's position every 1.5 seconds. So the skill damage is based off his defense on this one, and the crystal collapse as well. The duration is 9 seconds, cooldown is 20, and energy cost is 80. Now for his passive, after using his elemental skill, all nearby party members' defense is increased by 25% for 12 seconds, so even more defense increasing. Now for his second passive, Gorou receives the following damage bonuses to his attacks based on his defense. His elemental skill damage will be increased by 156% of his defense, and Juga Forward Unto Victory skill damage and Crystal Collapse damage will be increased by 15.6% of his defense. So gaining some more damage off of these, but as a main DPS, this can be useful and also not. We're not going to be really focusing on increasing his defense as a main DPS, as we are gonna see. Now for his constellations, his C1, Rushing Hound Swift as the Wind. When Gorou's character or other than Gorou within the AoE of Gorou's General War banner or General's Glory deal geo damage to opponents, the cooldown of Gorou's elemental skill is decreased by 2 seconds. This effect can occur once every 10 seconds. It's an okay constellation. You already have 100% uptime on his elemental skill, so this is kind of, all right in a sense. His C4, one of his best constellations. When you do his elemental burst and you have 2 to 3 geo characters in your party, it's going to heal active characters within its AoE by 50% of Gorou's own defense every 1.5 seconds. So not only going to be a great geo and defense support, but also a healer as well. Now his C6. Now for Gorou's C6, one of his best constellations because it's going to increase his damage by quite a bit. For 12 seconds after using his elemental skill or elemental burst, it increases the crit damage of all nearby party members geo damage based on the buff level of the skill's field. So with 1 geo character, you're going to get a 10% crit damage, 2 20%, and 3 40%. Of course, for a support Gorou, you're going to want to do the 4-piece husk and a lot of defense, but for a main DPS, I highly advise a hybrid build with the Gladius Finale for attack and a 30% defense buff from the Husk of Opulent Dreams, because you're also going to want to increase his elemental skill and elemental burst damage with this as well, giving you a balanced stat. One of my favorite weapons that I do actually run on him, but not for this damage showcase, is going to be the free-to-play prototype Crescent. Since you are going to be playing him as a charge attack main DPS character, the passive is going to be really good and it's going to increase his attack by quite a bit. Not only that, it looks absolutely like it was made for Gorou to have this bow. Aesthetic wise, it is pleasing. Blackcliff Warbow is going to be another good one on him because of the crit damage subset and the attack increase from the passive. Veridescent Hunt is going to be another good weapon because it has a subset of crit rate and you're going to get a little bit of more damage with the Cyclone from the passive. Now for 5 stars, the Almost Bow is going to be a good option for him with a high base attack percentage subset, and since we are again charge attacking with him, the passive is going to be really good. Polar Star is a really good option with high crit rate substat, and also the buff from the passive is going to be useful as well. The Aqua Simulacra is going to be a really great option for him with the really high crit damage substat, and the passive is universal. It's just going to increase his damage even when he's not on the field. The Skyward Harp is my weapon of choice with a high base attack and a crit rate subset and a passive that's going to increase the crit damage as well with a little bit of more damage through the passive. Now here is my Gorou. These are his stats. Triple Crown, C6, and these are his artifact stats. Now for the party that I'm going to be using Zhongli. Because of his shield, he's going to be able to charge attack and also the damage shred that he gets from it. Albedo for that extra damage from his blooms, and also Bennett for the attack buff and maybe some heals if needed.
Gather!
Huh? Everybody stand back!
Fall in! Charge! Gather! Burst forth!
I'm going in!
Press the advantage! Fall in!
Let's light it up!
Come into being! Stabilize! Burst forth! Rally! Charge! Gather! Advance!
Everybody stand back!
Fall in! Fall in! Stabilize! Live!
Teamwork is strength!
Press the advantage! Charge!
Let's light it up!
Come into beat! Advance! Gather!
Huh?
Burst forth!
Everybody stand back! Let's light...
Charge! Everyone on me!
And there you have it, a Gorou main DPS guide and showcase. And of course, he's not going to be the best main DPS because he's not made for that, but he is still usable if you want to use him as one in the overworld. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I do stream on Twitch on most nights, so I hope to see you there as well, and have a good night.